Grand rising. You are the grand rising. You are rising. We are the grand rising. Hello. May you receive this sage blessing. May you receive the blessing that you are, near and far. I haven't been on here for a bit because I am switching to Patreon more often and YouTube because they film together at once. And because I just want more privacy on a level of... Do we need to go into that right now? Kind of. Just make note. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go deeper into that in a minute. But of why I am switching gears. Because I am the new world. And I am lifting and ascending crews of people to a new world within yourself. You are the new world. And so I am here to reflect how I move consciousness and how I make new worlds, and how I anchor those new worlds is I follow instructions. And so for the most recent, whatever is going on in the collective, sometimes I don't wear a copper bracelet connected to what's going on in the collective because I don't want to ground deeper into what's going on. I may be asked to take the copper bracelet off and not ground into it and lift into my own dwelling, lift into my own space, lift into my own place where all I'm seeing is what I've created. And not what the collective is seeing. So with Facebook, there's many things. You're looking out the lens of other people's eyes, and you want to know your most close 12 beloved beings' eye holes. You want to know that they're looking and programming themselves to the new world that's in harmony with your new world. And so as we are sometimes in research mode and reveal mode and digestion mode and neutralizing what we're digesting around the things that we're seeing in the collective, sometimes we're not. In the times that we are, then we're super consciously looking at this stuff on Facebook or the social media or what's being revealed in the collective only to collapse it and upgrade into something much higher and better from what I am willing to project after I've neutralized all that and cleared myself and pulled myself from it by not wearing anything that would ground me into it, as well as not taking my two eyes where I'm going to ground deeper, embed myself into that consciousness. So when I'm guided to take apps off my phone, I do it. And sometimes I'll just have to take them all off only to pull all my energy from it. And then when I go back in it, I'm re-grounding, re-anchoring whatever I've upgraded myself into in the awareness that I am. And so follow your own internal instructions because you are the new world. What you clean up within your vessel, what you clean up in your programmer, what you clean up in the gallbladder consciousness that was starting to judge the reality and to set up blueprints of energetic entanglement in certain ways. After you clean all that up, you project the new world. And so your new world may be a more clean world. Don't re-embed yourself with the things that you're letting go of. So Spirit was like, don't go to the grocery store if it's triggering you. And if it's not triggering you, maybe you've done the cleanup work where you reoccupy the programs that are going on out and about and you make best use of it. So we were just talking, Katie and I, about composting belief systems, composting what used to, you think, kill you, destroy you, reoccupy it. So the 5G towers, we reoccupied those things. Reoccupy that consciousness. Make it be what you need. That the energy coming off of anything, your phones, the 5G, that you are going to redo the belief system. Now you got to do the belief work. You got to unbelieve all that. Everything you bought into, you have to unbelief it. And then you have to reprogram it how you want to use it. Because this is all energy and this is all a projection of your making and reality. When you don't realize that, then you're basing your reality off of all that's being told to you, and then you're marking those into an imprint of, well, that's the way the reality is. And this work that I'm teaching you is not for everybody. Some of you, safeguard yourself from the things that you still believe are going to harm you, because they will still harm you. If you believe they will harm you, they will harm you. And if you're willing to come up into creatorship and realize how technology works, how you work, do your research to understand what I'm talking about. Come do training with me. I'm doing 2 apprentices projects, Spirit said yesterday. I'm doing the Starship program at the Unity Marker. I'm doing mentorship 2-hour sessions for those of you who need some up-leveling, and we dial in quick and fast and work on anything I can do to help you see yourself more clearly and your sovereignty and your gifts. My point is, seek somebody who will help you understand this bigger work of creatorship if you're having any hiccups. Even if you're not having hiccups and you want to powwow and go bigger and grander, let's do it. Okay, so let me come back. So repurpose the 5G energy. Make it be for your best use. EMFs, make it be for your best use. I just did with Katie where, the debris of other people, I'm going to use that energy and recompost it like a toilet and use that energy for my best use, that it feeds me. That when I go out into public now, I'm going to do some belief work after I hang up with you all, that when I go up into the public, that I am feeding off of the mental body energy instead of having it kink me up. So let's just do that right now. Anywhere where you're feeling kinked up from the collective thought programs, any of their feelings or emotions, what if instead of it making you feel low or feel what they're feeling, what if we reprogram it to it actually serves you? That the energy and the feelings and thoughts of others serve you and make you feel even more full, more whole, and that by you doing that, it reflects back to your brother and sister the same technology, the same upgraded belief system. What if? Okay, so if you're willing to take that on, to clear anything that would keep you from it, just say clear it. We're going to close all the doors. This is the technique of the last 2 weeks, meaning imagine all your chakras turning to star points on this situation, on this topic that I'm bringing up, and anything else connected to it, so that when you see illuminated star points up your central channel from your root to the 12th source point, see 12 constellation stars, and we're going to snap them all into one big sun. And now when you go into the public places, this means that if we did this properly, we cleaned up anywhere you were old world going out and having it distort you and feel heavy, to now you go out and you actually make best use of the energies of the thoughts, feelings, and emotions of others, and it actually feeds you. It stabilizes you even more. It brings back to you even more of your essence in those situations. It's like an autopilot processor of energy that gives you what you need. And so let's just hold that for a minute. Go look down your chakras, make sure everything looks like a star point. If there's energy leaking out one side, wait till it condenses and pull all that energy in. Those are just judgments and belief systems around this topic that would have had you doing anything else other than the upgrade that I just said. So just let's give it a minute. So for those of you who just jumped on, you're seeing star points at all your chakras. That represents stability and neutrality and sovereignty and stepping into your creatorship, that what you are stabilizing is. And so that means a cleaner projection from your heart and from your mind's eye, the projector at your mind's eye, a cleaner projection of neutrality when you go into these situations. So this is why we do this work. Stabilize that all into a big source. So like we're just going to snap into a big source that you are. And maybe just do a opening of a door. Now you open up a door to a store and you feel amazing. See yourself glowing today, going somewhere in public and feeling even more illuminated. See the star particles coming back to you as you walk through that public place. Stretch if you need to. Disentangle, unwind. You can, if there's anything hanging on to you while you're trying to get that thing to turn, that chakra to turn to a star. Sometime I'm a ninja warrior and I'm like pushing people off or energetics off. You know, your imagination is the key to enlightenment. So use your imagination here and get everything cleaned up so that each chakra can turn to a star point. For some of you at the neck, at the back of the heart, let it go. You'll have more compassion for whoever that was that I just said you wouldn't feel compassionate. You'll be more compassionate. And you'll have more codes to then beam back to your brothers and sisters. Hey, what about trying this? What about trying telepathically understanding what I'm sending you through my presence? And can you upgrade to that? So what if everyone around you upgraded instantly and felt better? Let's do that program. So if you're already done, this means we're doing a new situational. So another situation, I just stated a new topic that through your presence, that others feel better. Okay, so everywhere you need to go ahead and close doors, disentangle, unwind old engagements, judgments about that topic, pull in. Imagine all your essence and energy coming back to your chakra system, stabilizing, condensing it to a star point. And then we're just going to snap it all into place until all those stars just collapse into big source energy. Okay, so you're just big source. And now everywhere you go, open a door, walk through it. Everywhere you go now, your presence helps others feel better. So that's that program. Okay, that's that situational. And if that takes you longer to do that when we hang up here. I'm going to keep going. Okay, so this is another topic I'm bringing up. I've been off Facebook for a bit doing situationals. I've been doing cleanups with that exercise I just did with you over and over again. Whenever I get a hot flash, whenever I get a trigger of any kind, I'm cleaning up what just caused that. Did I just listen to a message? Did I just watch a video? Did someone new walk in the room? What was I thinking before that trigger happened? And I nail them. I go ahead and clean it up. And then I get around that situation again, and it's like nothing. I'm so neutral. I'm so chill. Okay, so my last couple of things I wanted to share with you guys was about, like I said, I'm off Facebook quite some more and more, and I'm going to be off things that are not serving sovereignty. And so I'm not going to anchor in things that are not assisting us in the new world of sovereignty. So I get little memos from the universe, from my consciousness that says, pull out of that. That's not really serving. And so it could be anything. But whatever it is, it's a corporation, a building, an old way of doing things. You too are going to be asked to build out your new world where you don't feel blissed out. Do this work that I just talked about, and also be willing to pull out of it and don't engage with it anymore. And there's alternatives. If you say, I'll be bored, believe me, your consciousness doesn't know how to be bored. Your consciousness is creative. And when you take something away, something else grander always arrives. It's just the way energy works. Okay, so fast from things that you're being asked to fast from. Turn your direction to something new if you're being asked to do something new. And discover this new world. It's uncharted territory, meaning so much is folding in that you have so much essence coming back to you to go ahead and propel forward in a new direction. And the direction, you guys, may not be a lot of going really far out. It may be staying simple in nature or your own dwelling. So a lot of you have a lot of cleanup work to do. So if you're feeling triggered when you go out and it's just overwhelming, it may be time to fast for a little bit and stay inside your house and make your house sacred. So even in your house, even the people in your house can be hijacked. If they are not super stellar and aware of the things that I talked to you guys about being sovereign, being a creator of their own reality, then they can be hijacked. So And I see it even in my own house. How do I put this to you guys? We are all channels, and we are all being asked to embody. So if let's say your brother has not embodied and he's let everything else but himself rule him, then he'd have a lot of cleanup to do. Meaning you could be standing next to your brother and he could one minute be the brother consciousness and the next minute be something else, channeling something else that is not in your favor, that isn't easy to get along with. So it may be time to fast from that brother, train that brother, say, hey, have you ever thought about embodying and let's clean up some of these beliefs, or whatever lingo you need to do with your brother to train his sovereignty or help his sovereignty, so that you can be around the brother. So that means your household, your family, your partner, your children, they all need the technique work. And this technique work is not like what I'm teaching is not the only way. Every person has their own way of doing clearing work, upgrading work, integrating work, reprogramming of the vessel. Your body is a biocomputer. You have got to program it if you did not get the orientation manual of your divinity at birth. And most of you did not get the divinity manual. If you want the divinity manual, look YouTube myself up in divinity manual for children, for those of you teachers out there who want to actually embody divinity and be passing forward to those that you're working with in the school system right now, because they are not being shown divinity with having a gun pointed to their head with temperature. Make sure that temperature gun goes to the wrist, you guys. Okay? They are not being divinity with cubicles around them and gloves and masks. That's not divinity. I'm just saying that, okay? So that means less time where they're going to have to witness that and keeping their innocence and their divinity. That means you and your family, keep them in divinity mode. Keep them looking at divinity, feeling divine as much as possible. And then when they go out into the play, then teach them about the play and what the collective consciousness is clearing up. But come back and show them their creatorship and that they can own everything that's happening in the collective, forgive it, honopono it, and then rebuild a new world out their projector after it's been cleaned up. And again, this is our kids we're talking to. And we are all big kids if you are not walking divinity. There's immaturity that to totally clean up on you understanding what you are as source energy and soul and all that stuff, okay? If you haven't bought that class yet for yourself, it's called meditation. It'll show you everything about yourself, your divinity, and questioning your consciousness, communicating with your consciousness. It has lots of guidance for you inside you. Everything you need is inside you. So your most dwelling, your most house, train sovereignty. Teach them to meditate. Teach them to question their consciousness. Teach them to find their hand in why things are certain ways, why triggering is happening. Where did that belief system begin, and what is the belief system, and is it working for us, family? If it's not working for us, fold it in. Pull all your energy in, that's all that means. Collapse it, command that it's destroyed and uncreated, and now you are believing this. And now this is how the energy works for us now. And now this is how this will go down for us. And if it doesn't, it means that someone in the group, in the tribe, in your family didn't fully get the memo or didn't fully do the cleanup. And they're still projecting the duality, or they're still projecting the fear, or they're still projecting whatever they didn't fully clean up inside themselves. And have compassion for them, because this is a big thing. We are in the 20 years that in this incarnation for myself that I've been teaching all of this. This is the time that it was actually for. So right now, so get your children their divinity manual codes, teach them how to meditate, teach them how to question things, teach them how to reprogram their reality. If you're homeschooling, if you are, have placed yourself in a position that you work from home, awesome. If you're not, bravo to you, do the belief work, make sure you're not being triggered, make sure you're actually being like a human angel and assisting the collective. And if you're not, and you're not feeling well, change your jobs, relocate yourself to more inner for a while, and so that you can maintain peace and facilitate peace within your own being, so that that's what you're projecting outward. If you have other places that you can go, like gardens with Megan and the project in Rinwa, if you have the Unity Marker to go to, if you have friends' houses that are people who are totally playing big in their consciousness, they know creatorship consciousness, Go to their house, hang with them, but clean up yourself, because even the simplest of hanging out right now for myself, I am not doing. Very close friends have asked to see me. I can't do that just yet. If they want to sit around and do this clearing work and upgrading, then I can hang out. But if it's going to be anything other than that, I just can't do it right now. I'm too empathic, and I'm too sensitive right now. And that's how I respect myself. That's why I go up into the Himalayan mountain called my house. That's me in the Himalayas right there. Okay? I am very, I honor my essence, and I honor the projections that I'm projecting, because I know that a lot of people on here right now, you are part of this build out of a new world. And so what I'm viewing, I know at some level you have an opportunity to view, and I want to make sure what I'm viewing is things that you guys want to see. Because the more of us that are seeing this upgraded perceptions and point of views and building out reality through cleansed projections, the more power we have, and the more social I can have, the more social skills I get to work with. Not everybody will be in the world that I build out. It's not for everybody. There's 9 people on here. So 9 out of 9 billion, that's not very many people are into my world. And it's not a race, and I don't need a lot of numbers. I just want the very resonant match beings to work with and project a world with and play with and play in there. And may the groups that I've collected or come together with, may we, through the 100th monkey effect, help other tribes who are doing the same build out. And may that hold even more people as the bridge is open for ascension, and people realize that they aren't really wanting to do the whole duality, victim consciousness that's been embedded on this planet for quite some time. Okay? That means no more the movies or the shows that are playing victims. Stop watching that stuff. Most of the TV does not serve your sovereignty. Even watching, I'm working on this one, but even watching like certain documentaries, if that person who's making the documentary, if their consciousness has not been cleared, their cookies have not been cleared of their belief work, I sit there and I'm like, boom, boom, like being hit off from digesting their consciousness. And again, I'm going to work on that. I'm going to upgrade that. And maybe the technique that I just did earlier with, what I watch will feed me. I'll do that one. Everywhere when I watch something, now the energy is going to feed me, bring me back essence and upgrade programming on autopilot. I'm just going to command that. So, but for you all, you might not fully understand that, and that's okay. But my point is, cleanse until you get it. So if you don't know how to stay healthy, do a fast. Eat, fruits and vegetables until you learn how to do the mental body work and the commanding and the, overriding of the material plane with your pure thought. If you don't know how to do the pure thought work, then don't, digest a bunch of consciousness from a program that's playing you victim and programming you with more victim and fear. Watch some more documentaries, like I was saying, but some of those documentaries may not be for you. They may still be programming you in a way that's not benefiting you. And my easiest thing I tell my family when I'm away, what they should watch, I remind them, do you want to do the thing that you're watching tomorrow? Okay, cool. If you want to do the thing that you're watching tomorrow, then watch that. That means if you want to garden tomorrow, or you want to go, upgrade your house, like upgrade house show, or you want to go to a river, then watch those things. And that's how the programmer works. Then tomorrow you have more access to that actualizing. The more condensed your energy and essence, that collected essence will then fill into that blueprint that you watch. And if you don't want to live out other programmers, then meditate before you go to bed and visualize what you want to build out that collected essence into. Okay? Anything that kinks you, do your reprogramming work. That was my other message to you guys. This is the time for reprogramming. If not any other time, this is the time, because we are building out a world There will be the New World Order, and there will be your New World Order. And your New World Order will be what you're willing to project as the New World. And that may be that your New World feels a little bit like your yard and your house for a bit. That's fine. You'll find other places to go. Okay? And I was going to say, do some programming of your house. Teach your family how to be sovereign and how to stay in their body and how to be truly projecting what they want, to clean up their triggers, to clean up their kinks with reprogramming, so that you guys are really jiving and projecting and creating magic, true creatorship. Even your house is a temple. It is a portal. Every door and window is a portal. Every vortice of energy is a portal. And the more you awaken, you will find that you are reprogramming more and more very refined vortices, until I no longer have to do this. And my life is it's a neutral bliss, joy wave most of the time. So I know for myself that the work that I do creates ease, joy, and glory and success. I know that because I live it every day. So I only pass forward to you the reminder of your power, the reminder of your ability to think, and that is a program, that is a spell. And when you speak it, it literally is a spell. So be a wise being, period, of what you're creating. And if you don't like what you're creating, it's fine. You are brilliant. There's no good, bad, right, wrong. You can instantly say, delete all that and let's start fresh. We're seeing a collective of consciousness being revealed, of programs that have always been there. It's just easier to see now. That's all. You have a very large flashlight beaming into everything that needs to be cleared up. So clean it up, project a new world. If you want to find me more, like I said, join my Patreon, Alasa's Ascension Activations. On YouTube, it's The Ascension Is Now. You can join the Unity Marker YouTube. There's also a Patreon for Unity Marker, where we're going to film the sound journeys for people at home. The Unity Marker is now a membership place for Sat and I and the Starship crew members, so that we feel we are in a container of love, and so that we're really, trusting each other, that we're doing our cleanup work, so that when we come together in that big portal, that we truly do project a new reality for the collective. It's no longer just a public place, because I had to bring the gates in. Sat had to bring the gates in, because we need to steward this projection. So it's the same thing. Like I said, we give the training of sovereignty to our family members, so we can project a new reality very stellarly. We go interstellar in these times. I've always said that. We will go interstellar. This is the time that it's time to go interstellar. And then project the new reality that you've always been doing. That's all you've ever been doing. I will jump on here on Facebook when I'm guided, like I was guided this morning. But please join me on Patreon. It's a public platform. There's tiers that you could pay for, but it's all the content I'm doing is on the public. There's some extra things that I'll be giving on these paid tiers to support my sovereignty and to support the currency that I am working with in my household. And if you are local to Unity Marker in Crystal Beach, it's a 10-month program called Starship. You do one retreat a month, which is a course work or ascension work. And you get sessions a month. You get the Wednesday nights. And you get a group of people who are working together sovereignly on their shit. And that's beautiful. I cannot find the YouTube channel. The Ascension Is Now. It's all one word. The Ascension Is Now. I'll post them on here. And the Patreon is Elasa's Ascension Activations. Mom, woohoo, it's simple. Just open your lens, cleanse them with meditation. Yes, so fun playing. Can you send a link to the Divinity Manual? I'll post that link of the Divinity Manual here. Hi, Casey. Thank you for this beautiful message. A reminder of humanity. Absolutely. Together, we are the new world. Copper bracelets on, immediately off this morning. Cool. Yeah. You know, building a new world, I move furniture, I move rocks. Whenever I really have, you know, pulled in, done the new upgrades, then I notice just by my own intuition and magic of being, I start moving furniture and I move rocks, big rocks, like pavers. The pavers I do when I want to walk out into that new world. If I want to move from a location, whenever I've moved, sometimes it's just a move in my own mind, right? All of this is mind moving. We don't really go anywhere. We think we're going somewhere, but we are truly transversing a hologram. That's on the most high of all of this. But, you know, don't rush yourself there. Yes, it does feel like you're going to Australia because you are getting on a plane and all that. But you are moving things in your mind, and then you are grounding them in the material plane and anchoring it as you walk out. So I think I got all that. Claim your space anywhere and everywhere you are. Reclaim the space, because it's just space, and it's you. You are the space. So if you're not claiming the space, then you're going to get a kink. Your spine's going to feel weird. A muscle's going to feel weird. Something's going to feel weird because your technology has a barometer system to tell you when you're not embodied. And then you need to find, why am I not embodied? Fear, mental body fear will cause you not to embody. Meaning if you're afraid to go do something, then you will project that to be the reality. But you will also not fully get all the way down in when you go into that situation, which compromises your integrity of occupying the whole plane of existence at every dimension and having it work in your favor. You want things to work in your favor. So in order for things to work in your favor, you've got to reclaim what you are, which is everything. Once you reclaim everything is you, all is self, everything. Heal yourself with the government, with everything. It's all you. Once you re-heal all that and realize it's all you, and see your hand and why you programmed it the way you did, fold in that old projection. That was fun. But we're done with that, and now it's going to be like this. Yeah. Is there anything else? Trust where you guys are guided to lift up out of. Like, when you're done with this, what are you no longer to do? Do you want me to tell them about that? Yeah, like the grocery shopping thing, doing Instacart. So fun. Like, the person who goes shopping for me is so awesome. They're so cool. And that's just that. That's what I need for the now. And it gets me back in my garden stronger, right? Every meal comes in veggies and fruit. How cool is that? That's my going to the grocery store right now. I love it. May that stay and be what is the dominant reality of getting food. What else? Starship, there's a few more positions left. There's 9 of us right now. I'm seeing a few more. Sat's seeing a few more. What else? If some of you just want one-on-one training with me, do a 2-hour session. It could be anywhere in the world. If you want daily training from me, join the Patreon. Allah says activation, ascension activations. But your best training beyond working with me is you. You've got it. And you've got to create this new world. You are the new world. Each time you go into these fear programs, someone sent me a fear about the food supply being tainted this weekend with Brucella. If you got magnet consciousness, you know where to put those, liver and spleen. If you got your mind consciousness, you can reprogram that everything serves you and you are whole, and any of this stuff actually feeds your wholeness and makes you feel even more amazing, and that your presence helps the collective feel the same. But any of the things that come up that are being revealed, those are immediate times to go ahead and do the reprogramming. Again, the most recent, project is called Closing the Doors, bringing all the chakras to start points. Here, Gracie. Here, right here. Inside. Come here, Gracie. Here, right here. Hold on. Inside. Your daddy's home. Okay. I was just saying, that's probably connected. So it's a new situation right now. So I don't have any hot flash, but I do feel energy in my neck different than it was a second ago. So everything this is, I'm just going to illuminate all my chakras to stars. I'm going to pull back my energy anywhere where it was causing the neck to feel interesting. I'm going to turn my stars to source. And I'm going to walk out a new door that says, whatever this situation is bringing, I am in wholeness. And I am creating this situation exactly how it is. Okay. I hope to see you all very soon, wherever that is. I love you. Have a magical day. Post in the comments any realizations you had. And let's do this.